Namaste, dear students. So, as I have told you in my previous video, that I'm going to come up with one more basic problem so that you will have concrete basics in issue of shares, journal entries. So that your basics should be strong so that you can, work on advanced problem. So let us look into the next illustration number 3. Mysore Company Limited issued 25,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each. Amount payable as follows: rupees 2 on application, rupees 3 on allotment, rupees 2.50, that is 2 rupees 50 paise on first call, rupees 2 rupees 50 paise on second and final call. All the shares were duly subscribed. Pass the necessary journal entries. So this is one of the common problem. As usual, I said in the last two problems, there is no any extra adjustments. 25,000 shares has been issued by Mysore Company Limited, and 25,000 shares has been subscribed by the public for that shares. So in the application level, they are collecting rupees 2, clear. So then receive and transfer entry will come. Then rupees 3 on allotment, due entry and receive entry will be there. 2 rupees 50 paise on first call, so again due entry, receive entry. 2 rupees 50 paise on second and final call, due entry, then receive entry. So total 4 transaction, 8 journal entries we are going to pass. So without any further delay, let us start with the journal entries. So get ready with the table, copy the problem and solve with me so that you will get more better ideas, like better understanding of this problem. Okay, so open your books and start the table for journal entry. Yeah, dear students, so let us open the table for journal entries. So you all know that the table format of journal entries, I believe. So again, I'm drawing the table for journal entries. Okay, so we have here a credit column. Yes, we have here a debit column. Then we have a LF column here. Then we have a date column. So we give maximum space in the particular column. So you know, right? So let us write the heading part. Heading part is journal entries. Journal entries in the books of Mysore Company Limited. So write date, particulars, then we have LF, then we have debit, rupees, credit, rupees. So we are ready with the table. So we'll solve the problem now. Okay, so journal entry number 1, that is for receive entry. So receive of what? Yes, application money. So receive entry always starts from bank account, debtor to equity share application account. Equity share application account. So now you know the calculation, right? How many shares the company has issued? How many shares? Yes, how many shares the company has issued? 25,000 shares. So I'm writing 25,000 into what is the application money they are collecting? Rupees 2. So 25,000 into 2 is 50,000. 50,000. Okay, so the narration part being equity share application money received. So I'm done with the first entry. So I'm closing it up. So you can also close. So always leave one line space so that it will give a clarity that the first entry is got over. So now we are moving to the second entry. So you will also have a clarity when you give us sufficient space between the journal entries. Okay. So now I'm moving further to the second journal entry. So what is the second journal entry? That is, which money I am transferring? I am transferring equity share application money. Equity share application account debtor to. For which purpose I have collected application money? Yes, for the purpose of capital. To equity share, to equity share capital account. So I'm transferring the money directly, 50,000. 50,000. So the narration for the same is being equity share application money transferred to equity share capital account. Equity share capital account. Okay. So I'm done with the second entry, that is a transfer entry. So now we are going to close the second entry. So by leaving one line space. So further I am moving on to the third entry. So third entry is always due entry. Due entry of what? Due entry of allotment money. So what is the entry? Equity share allotment account debtor to equity share capital account, because it is a due entry. Okay, it is a due entry. So what is the entry now? Equity share allotment account debtor to. For which purpose I am collecting this money? Equity share capital account. Equity share capital account. So now open the bracket and write how many shares? 25,000. What is the allotment money? Rupees 3. So 25,000 into 3, that comes to 75,000. 75,000. So narration being equity share allotment money due. Being equity share allotment money due. So I am done with the third journal entry. So I am closing it down. So now I am going to open fourth entry. So I am going to start. So fourth entry, it is a receive entry. Okay, fourth entry is a receive entry. So receive entry is bank account debtor to which money is due. So equity share allotment account, bank account debtor to, yes, equity share allotment account. So the amount is same. So 75,000. 75,000. So write down the narration being what we have done, equity share allotment money received. Just write that. Equity share allotment money received. Yes, that's all. So now I'm done with the receive entry of allotment. Receive entry of allotment. Okay, perfect. Correct. Yes. So now I'm closing the table by leaving one line space. So next further I'm moving on to the fifth entry. So fifth entry going to be a due entry. Okay, fifth entry is going to be a due entry. So which due entry now we are supposed to pass after the allotment? Yes, so that is going to be equity share first call account. Equity share first call account debtor 2. For which purpose I am collecting this? Yes, equity share capital account. Equity share capital account. So open the bracket. How many shares we are issuing? 25,000 into 2 rupees 50 paise, correct? 2 rupees 50 paise. So calculate 25,000 into 2 rupees 55 paise. How much? 25,000 into 2 rupees 50 paise. That comes to 62,500. 62,500. 62,500. So narration is being equity share first call money due. So we are done with the due entry, that is being equity share first call money due. So let me close it down. So after this we are going to pass a receive entry. Okay, so I'm closing it down. Yes, so now the sixth entry is sixth entry is sixth entry. Now I am moving. So sixth entry, receive entry. Receive entry is going to be a bank account debtor to equity share first call account. So we are receiving first call money, that is 62,500. 62,500. So what is the narration? Being equity share first call money received. So sixth entry is also over. Okay, so now I'm going to the seventh entry. So let us look into the seventh entry. Since I have hardly 2 entries, so only that much required space I'm drawing the, I'm putting the columns. Hardly 2 entries. So one is going to be due entry of second and final call, and another one is going to be a receive entry of second and final call. So while solving the problem, you also solve in the same way. So where question and answer should be followed here, so that you will get everything in one view. Okay, so you will get everything in one particular view. You need not to turn the page again and again. So keep it like that only. Okay, as I have kept now. So now I'm moving to the next seventh entry. So seventh entry is for second and final call money due. So equity share second and final call account debtor to equity share capital account. So open the bracket and write. So again, how many shares? 25,000. What is per share on second and final call? 2.5, 2 rupees 50 paise. So that comes to the same amount of 62,500. 62,500. So it is going to be a due entry. So the narration is being equity share second and final call money due. Equity share second and final call money due. Okay, so done. I'm closing this journal entry, and the last entry is going to be our receive entry. Okay, so receive entry is the 8th entry. So that is going to be bank account debtor to, yes, equity share second and final call account. So the amount remains same, 62,500. 62,500. So go to the narration part. Being equity share second and final call money received. So I'm done with the journal entries. So I'm closing the table. Okay, fine. So now till now I've done the journal entry part. So now we have to prepare a bank account. So that is a ledger account. Okay, so let us open a bank account. So you know the columns for bank account, correct? Yes, then why delay? Open the table. Open the table. Ledger account. Yes. Bank account. We will have 4 columns, so that I'm writing a table for 5 columns here. So the same way here also 5 columns. Yes. So I'm ready with the table for bank account. So I'm giving the title to the account, bank account. So this is going to be debit and this is going to be a credit side, and here particulars rupees, yes. So now for better understanding in one view, I will show you the entire book, so that, see, now you are preparing a bank account. In one single site you should get all the transaction. In one single site you should able to see all the transaction. So now, as I said, wherever first line bank is there, so that we are going to take. So here bank is there in the first journal entry. Bank account issue received against what? Equity share application account. So copy this to equity share application account. How much? 50,000 rupees. So I'm copying this 50,000 directly. Understood? So second, there is no any bank at all. Third, yes, there is no bank again. In the fourth entry, yes, there is a bank. Okay. So it is against what? Equity share allotment account. How much? 75,000 rupees. So copy the same thing to equity share allotment account. How much? 75,000. I'm copied. So next, again, we don't have anything in the fifth entry like bank. There is no any bank. In the sixth entry is bank. So 62,500 received against equity share first call account. So copy that to equity share first call account. How much? 62,500. Again to Is there any bank account in the 7th entry? No, right? In the 8th entry it is there. So that is against equity share, second and final call account, amount 62,500 same. So write down to equity share, second and final call account. Again the amount remains 62,500. Okay. So now wherever the bank is debited, I have debited the bank account. Try to understand. Wherever, which are the transaction is bank debited, I am debited the bank account with the immediate credit transaction. So that is equity share application account, equity share allotment account, equity share first call account, then equity share second and final call account. Same has been reflected here. If there is any two, that means if there is any entry in the credit column to bank account, so if it is there, I am going to enter here. Okay. So since there is no any such kind of effect here, so I am going to carry down the figure. Okay. So how much it is total now? 62,500 plus 62,500 plus 75,000 plus 50,000. So that comes to 2,50,000. That comes to 2,50,000. Since there is no any transaction over here, so I'm copying the same and writing by balance carried down. So that is going to be 2,50,000. 2,50,000. 2,50,000. Both the side total. So I'm closing this. So amount column both the side is same. So now we are supposed to open a new balance sheet. So let us open a new balance sheet. So again there is no much adjustment. So it is going to be a simple balance sheet, normal one. Okay. Yes. So for this I will zoom in so that you can see clearly what I'm doing. Okay. Yes. Yeah, this much is sufficient, right? Yes. New balance sheet as on that date. So you write like this. Then we have liabilities column, then we have rupees column, then we have assets column, then we have rupees column. So in the liability side, that is, write down directly issued, comma, subscribed, comma, called up and paid up share capital. So how many equity shares has been issued by the company? 25,000 equity shares of rupees. How much each? 10 each. So 25,000 into 10, that comes to 2,50,000 rupees. Okay. So on the other hand, asset side, do we have any fixed assets? No, right? So fixed assets is going to be nil. So then under current assets, do we have anything? Yes, we have cash at the bank carried down, that is cash at the bank, because we have shown in a bank account. It is a bank account. In bank account, what is the closing balance? 2,50,000. So in cash, there is a cash in a bank, that is 2,50,000. So write cash at bank 2,50,000. So both the side total 2,50,000 and 2,50,000. So total it So your answer is going to tally it. So if it is tallied, your journal entry is perfectly correct. Okay, so I'm done with this problem. Okay, so I'm done with the problem. So I believe you have understood. If you solve the problem in this way, say for example, so you are using like 5 lines, you are using max to max 5 lines to solve the problem. Suppose 5 lines you are using for the problem, then solution part. So here only you will have a bank account and you will have a new balance sheet, so you need not to turn the page. So all the answer is visible here only. Okay, so I believe you have understood clearly. So I'll come up with one more problem soon. Until then, take care. Bye bye. Stay safe.